So what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Let's Talk with Johneri'O Scott. Now today, my guest needs no introduction. If you are in the community and you know you want to feel that impact, you want to be touched, you need that motivation, this is the guy, L.Brown. Listen, international speaker, coach, trainer, Mr. I'm Possible.
Yes.
What's up?
Yes.
Listen, we are here.
Man, listen, I'm so delighted, ignited, and excited to be here with my nephew, justified, jubilant Johneri'O. Do you understand? G-O-O-D-J-O-B. Good job, good job.
Good job,
Yes.
good job. Listen, man, you working, and you have to love this.
Yes.
People say all the time, Johneri'O, you like to talk. No, I found someone who loved to talk.
That's right. Well, listen, I'm just so blessed to be on the show today. I see all of your work, all of your advocacy. And I got to give a shout out to the IPY agency, awesome Adrian Allen, my publicist. And to each and every one of you, the first thing I want to say today is protect your peace of mind and spirit. The reason he's hyped, the reason I'm hyped is because we understand that we surround ourselves with people who positively affect our lives, and we stay away from people who infect our lives. So that's the first thing today. Stay away from people who infect your life and hang around people who positively affect your life. Your peace of mind and spirit matter. Your peace of mind and spirit are the foundation for everything you're going to do. You cannot excel if you don't have peace. You cannot be motivated. You cannot be elevated. You cannot be educated and empowered if you don't have peace. So first of all today, nephew, to all of your viewers out there, protect your peace of mind and spirit. That's first and foremost.
Listen, that's the word right there. We're done. Listen,
Man, yes.
So who is Keith? Because you pour so much into people.
Yes.
Who's Keith?
Well, Keith L.Brown, Mr. I'm Possible.
Mr. I'm Possible.
Uncle Keith, former special ed student. Grew up in special ed, labeled special ed most of my life. And it's ironic because I was labeled special ed because they said I talk too much, and now I get paid to talk.
Yes.
And so do understand just the core of labels and how sometimes labels can be negative, but they can help you to transcend and be transformed into your destiny. Everything has a label. I don't care what your favorite beverage is. You wouldn't know it was your beverage without the label. I don't care what your favorite food is. You would not know unless there was a label. And so sometimes you have to take the label, get away from the fable, which is not the truth, and show all that you're able. So I said you take the label, right?
Yeah.
You get away from the fable, which is all the negative, right? And then you show the world that you are able. So, man, I'm just so blessed and empowered. So blessed and empowered to have been mislabeled, to have been counted out. I grew up with two fathers, two mothers, brothers and sisters on both sides, that blended family. Lost a brother to sickle cell anemia, but I'm still standing. Lost a sister to the AIDS virus, but I'm still standing. My wife and I have lost two babies, but we have an awesome 27-year-old son. And he's in the studio with us today.
Yeah.
And his name is Keon J. Brown. And he's an honor scholar of the Savannah State University, HBCU love.
Yeah.
That's my university as well, Savannah State University. Now he's a political consultant. He works with our team. And so with everything that I've been through, my mother's 78 years old, battling Alzheimer's disease. And that's why I say protect your peace of mind. Because once you lose the ability to think, right, then you lose the ability to impact change and effect change. And so with everything that I've been through, man, I am still here. And with everything you've been through, you're still here. Right. You're not just going through, you are growing through. Yeah. Come on now. Come on now. You're not just going through, you growing through. And yes, we stay lit. Do y'all see my nephew today? Come on now, come. I gotta give it up to him because he's always lit, always positive, always powerful. Yes.
But you have this energy. You like you just said, you've gone through so much.
Yes.
But you still have this positivity. You still have this energy.
Yes.
You still have this enthusiasm about yourself that even though I've gone through this, no one would know that.
Yes.
I'm still gonna help the next. Why do you do that? Like, why?
It's my nature. It's my nature. It's in my DNA. And my DNA is my divine natural assignment. And whatever I've been through, whatever I'm going through and growing through, happiness is still on the inside of me. Joy is still on the inside of me. And so I have to bring that out. I have to bring that up to lift other people up, because I learned a long time ago, the best way to get out of my situation is to help others get out of theirs.
Say that one more time.
The best way to get out of my situation is for me to help others get out of theirs. For when I am focused on lifting them up, then guess what? God sends someone to lift me up. And so when I'm standing before hundreds of thousands in school districts and colleges and universities, the entertainment industry, government, when I am standing before hundreds of thousands every year, man, that's like a vitamin to me. I'm pumped up right now. I'm hyped right now because I'm thinking about those whose lives that I am fortunate enough to be a change agent for.
And it's crazy that you said it, because people ask me all the time, Johneri'O, you TikTok and all the comments, you're not afraid to do what you do. You're not. Some people say it's bravery. Some people say it's just. No, I definitely understand where you're coming through. I'm doing this because there's someone that's in worse situation that I'm in, or that's dealing with the same thing that I'm dealing with, that don't know what tomorrow looks like for them.
Yes.
Don't know what right now looks like for them.
Yes.
But like you said, we have that power to push through our situations, to touch their lives, to give them that motivation.
Yes, and you know what's real about this is I have this formula. I teach this formula to my coaching clients. I teach this formula to the world. This formula, right? This three-pronged formula. Yeah. Release, relax, restore. Let me say that again. Release, relax, restore. Real men do cry. I find something to cry about every day. I do something every day. I do two things. I laugh and I cry. Okay? And my tears actually water the soil that I walk on. My tears actually water the earth that I walk on. So my tears are never in vain. Real men do cry. So release. That's my release phase. And after that, I relax. I relax, and when I'm relaxing, I'm in a place of meditation. When I'm relaxing, I'm in a place of quiet, a place of oneness where I can connect with myself and the Creator. Right. And after I do that, then I restore. And the restore phase is when I build myself back up so that I can inspire, I can empower, I can educate, motivate, elevate, and help others reach their destiny. So every day, I'm going to encourage you to release, where you just let it out. Relax, where you are able to just breathe. When was the last time that you intentionally breathed? Come on now. Intentionally breathe. And then you got to restore. And the restoration phase is when you build yourself up and you go out there and you live your purpose. And watch this. Not to prove people wrong. Because that's what we do. Don't worry about proving people wrong. Just prove God and yourself right. Yeah, just prove yourself right instead of proving people wrong.
And I tell people that all the time. Why do you feel like you have to prove yourself to somebody?
Yes.
Like all that energy that you're putting in to prove someone, you could be helping somebody.
Ooh, I love that. And you know, I think about this. At the end of the day, when you know that you know. When you know you were called to do what we were called to do, you don't have to prove anything, because that's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Like you said, you could be building, but here you are proving something. You know, I never did like let your haters be your motivators, because that still gives them power over your life. Still give them power, right? Because you're thinking about the haters. No, don't let your haters be your motivators. Don't let your haters be anything. You stay focused and you look in that mirror, and every day you look in that mirror. You look in that mirror and you say your name, and then you say, I can't wait for you to meet the person you're about to become. Yes. Every day, I can't wait for you to meet the person you're about to become. I teach my coaching clients that all the time. That's how you do what you were called to do. You stay focused. It's not easy. You know it's not easy, but you still out here advocating. You still out here working. You still out here at all the award shows with the microphone in your hand doing what you do, and you do it with enthusiasm. So let them hate. They still watching. They let them hate. They're still commenting. Okay? Even if it's a negative comment, they are still taking their time to put something on your platform. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Yeah. And I just want to go back right quick because last time we discussed, it was so much happening with the mental state of the world. Absolutely. From there,
to now, deaths left and right.
Yes.
And for us to have gone through what we've gone through in life, it's by God's grace that we are still here and we still have the mental capacity. But for those out there that feel that's lost,
yes,
or that's dealing with the mental illness, that those problems that they're going through cause that, what advice or what words do you have for them?
The real talk is this. Let me be as transparent as possible. I have a therapist.
Talk.
I have a therapist. The motivator has a therapist. The coach, the trainer has a therapist. The internationally acclaimed speaker has a therapist. And I sit with my therapist like we're sitting today. And it's either in person or it's virtual. And yes, I pray. I pray because you have a lot of people, especially in the black community. They don't believe in therapy a lot of times in the black community. Just pray about it. Yeah, just pray about it. Yeah, but when I get off my knees,
the problem is,
I go do the work. Come on now, I go to do the work. And yes, I reach out to my pastor and faith-based leaders, but I do understand that God equipped others to be professionals. So you're not crazy because you go see a therapist. You understand, and that helps my sanity. That helps my peace of mind. So for those of you out there, you need a therapist, get one. You may say, Mr. Impossible, I can't afford it. There are resources where you can see a therapist for free. So get some counseling, get some therapy. Stop telling your business to people who are not equipped to listen. Stop telling your business to people who are not equipped to listen, nor do they have the answers. So yeah, I would say get that therapist. Get the help that not only you need, but that you deserve. So it helps me. It helps my son. It helps my wife. It helps my family. So therapy matters. All right?
Listen.
Yeah.
So I got some stats. So from 2019 to now, it's been an increase in adults experiencing mental illness. It's gone from 19.86 up, which is roughly 50 million people now. So, but let's go to the youth. Continues to increase today. Now is now 4.5%, which is 664,000 youths.
You know, I work in a lot of schools. A lot of schools across the country and across the world, and our youth are hurting. Our youth are hurting. And we see a rise in suicide, especially amongst young black males. We see a rise in suicide where people just don't feel that they have anything to live for. If you're a young person out there today, I want to give you these affirmations. And I want you to say these affirmations every day. But first of all, before you say those affirmations, surround yourself with people who uplift you, who speak life into you. And parents, stop calling your children out their name. Do you understand? Stupid is not on their birth certificate. Dumb is not on their birth certificate. You ain't gonna never be nothing because your daddy wasn't nothing. That's not the message they need to hear. That's not the message they need to hear, parents. Keep loving on them. Keep nurturing them. Pay attention to the warning signs. Pay attention to your children. And young people, hear your affirmations every day. I love myself. I believe in myself. I'm proud of myself, and I'm a genius. Then you got to say, I can, I will, I must, and I got this. You got to say those 8 affirmations every single day. And listen, this is real big. Stop secretly putting yourselves down. So many of us put ourselves down. Start building yourself. You're not arrogant, but you're confident. So I want y'all to know you have a reason to live. There's something on the inside of you, and it's called greatness. There's greatness on the inside of you. So surround yourself with people who celebrate you and stay away from people who tolerate you. We really gotta get our youth,
we have to
reel our youth in. And I'm gonna say this, I'm calling on fathers now.
Hey.
I'm calling on fathers. If we so hardcore, let us be fathers. Fathers, not F-A-R-T-H-E-R. Let me say that again. We gotta be Fathers, not F-A-R-T-H-E-R. I don't care what you're going through with the baby's mother. That has nothing to do with the child.
All the time.
That has nothing to do with the child. So I'm calling on men to stand up and love on our youth. I'm calling for men to stand up and take our communities back. And that's what it's about. It's about mental health in the black community. Our young people are crying out. Our young people are suffering. Our young people are crying out. They're suffering. We got to put our arms around them, and we have to connect with their hearts, and we have to listen. I listen to the young people because they have something to say.
So
yes.
when it comes to sitting down and speaking to individuals, and because you do it all the time,
yes,
how do you break your ice? Break the ice to get them to open up? Because it can be hard when it's your first time.
Absolutely. I always let them know my story. I'm transparent.
Transparency.
My struggles, my story, special ed, at risk, all that I've been through. Because a lot of times people see my glory, but they don't know my story. So I tell them my story because I do have a story. I do have a story. I'm not, even today, I'm not all that I should be, but I'm not what I used to be, and I'm getting better and better every day. And so we have to understand that on the inside of us, there is something that nobody else has. And I'm talking to you right now. I'm talking to you. When you talk to individuals, talk to people that you can trust. Right?
Yep.
Don't tell everybody your business. I remember I believe it was my niece, and she got upset. And she was like, Uncle Keith, I'm mad at her. And I said, why you mad? Because she told my secret. I told her. And I asked her, can you keep a secret? And she told my secret. And I looked at my niece and said, you shouldn't be mad at her because you couldn't keep a secret either. Because if it was that much of a secret, you shouldn't have told anybody.
Right.
And so, do you understand? And so I say this: when you're confiding in people, confide in people that you can trust. But at the end of the day, I open up with my story. When I'm speaking in an auditorium full of thousands, I open up with my story. A lot of times we like to pretend that we're polished and we have it all together, but I don't. I don't have it all together. I'm not polished. I'm growing every day. I'm an expert in my field, but I'm also an expert in resilience. That means overcoming. And so we just got to keep it real, and that's what I do.
I also want to say, I have to say this.
Yeah.
You're featured in the magazine.
Oh, okay.
Shout out. Shout out.
Come on.
I was like, even, because you serve so many people.
Yes.
You give. But now to see that when you getting your flowers,
yes,
receiving your flowers,
yes.
How is that?
It feels good to be recognized, but it feels more good to be recognized for doing the work that I was called to do. Because there's nothing superficial about that. I'm a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award winner, primarily because of my servant leadership. Okay, named one of the top speakers in the world because of my servant leadership. And so even the awards that I receive and the features that I receive and on television and radio today, okay, with my nephew today, that's right. I'm so honored to be here with him today, but I'm only here because of the work that he see that I put in. And so do understand this: when you are getting your flowers, make sure that the flowers are going to the right address, because sometimes the flowers can go to the wrong address. You know how that is with DoorDash. You know how you might have received somebody's DoorDash food. You know you didn't order the food and you ate it anyway, so that really wasn't your food. So make sure that the flowers you're receiving and the kudos that you're getting in the awards, make sure that you have put the work in so that you can humbly receive those awards and be motivated to do even more. So I am humbled to be where I am today, but I have so much more work to do if God spares my life. I was called to have the nerve to serve and to feed the need to lead. I was called to have the nerve to serve and feed the need to lead. And guess what? And I deserve impact. I deserve an expansion of influence. I deserve an expansion of income. He deserves wealth. I deserve wealth. We are wealth builders. And I'm going to say this in the black community. Yes. No longer can we be publicly balling and privately falling. Do you understand? We have to stop publicly balling but privately falling. We got to build wealth.
You know what?
We got to build wealth. Go ahead.
You said, treat every opportunity like it's your last shot. You must have a sense of urgency in pursuit of your goals and dreams.
Absolutely. I treat every day like it's my last. I always say this: don't wait for opportunity to knock. Leave the door open so it can come right in. There is a sense of urgency in everything you do. When you see that opportunity, you have to seize it. You have to seize it. You cannot be comfortable and significant at the same time. It's going to be uncomfortable. When I'm comfortable, I'm gaining a lot of weight because I'm on the couch. No. You have to go at it. He goes hard, and you got to go hard. You got to go hard after your dreams, and you got to surround yourself with people who are going hard as well. You know what I'm saying today is this. We have an alarm system on our cars. We have an alarm system on our homes. Why we don't have an alarm system on our sense of urgency? Why we don't have an alarm system on our drive and our passion? Why we don't have an alarm system on our peace of mind so everybody can't just get in our circle? Let me ask you this today. The people who are hanging out with you right now, the top 5 people who are hanging with you right now, are they making a deposit in your life or always withdrawing?
Right.
Think about that. So every day you got to go after it with a sense of urgency. Social media, a sense of urgency. You have to learn how to turn social media into business media. Yes. So when you see him on social media, yes, he's lit. Yes, there's the glitz and the glamour there, but the microphone is in his hand. And he's interviewing celebrities, and he's interviewing entertainers, and he's interviewing influencers because he's living his gift. When you see Mr. Impossible Hype, when you see Uncle Keith Hype on social media, a lot of times I'm living my gift. So we don't just do social media, we do business media. Learn to bring your gift to social media and turn it into business media, and then you can increase your income as well.
I hear that.
Come on.
What advice would you give someone who may say, I don't know what my gift is.
Yes.
I don't know what my purpose is.
I love that. I love that. Let me tell you this. Whatever you love to do and you're passionate about, that is a hint that it could be your purpose. If you love to cook, right? And everybody at the family reunion loves your food, and everybody who comes over, they love your red velvet cake, then guess what? Perhaps you should be baking cakes and promoting them in the workplace or promoting them in the community. Perhaps you need to be taking some of your food to some of these local restaurants who might be looking for someone like you. See, an indication of your purpose is what you're passionate about, what you're great at doing, and watch this, what people give you kudos for. Think about that. That is a hint into your purpose. So when I was being labeled special ed because I wanted to talk and I wouldn't let anybody else in class talk, that was an indicator of where I would end up in life. My purpose is to talk, but guess what? To talk with substance, to connect. That's my purpose. So right now, if you don't know your purpose today, ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What drives me? What am I good at doing? And what do other people celebrate me for? Because those are divine hints at what you should be doing.
Tell us about a time that you was just going through, down and out, having what you have inside, but like you, again, seeing, not seeing it.
Yeah.
Tell us about that time and how did you get yourself out of that?
Man, that happens often, especially during the pandemic, when March of 2020, when I lost thousands and thousands of dollars in contracts. My mother battling Alzheimer's disease, all of that, one thing after another. We're in the midst of a global pandemic and not necessarily knowing where your next contract is going to come from, and then being a co-caretaker of your mom who used to tuck you into bed and now you got to tuck her in, of your mom who used to pray over you and now you pray over her. And thanks be to God for my wife and my son who was so excellent with my mom, and my sister, my little sister, right? My little sister, and my brother-in-law, not brother-in-law, my brother-in-law, and my 2 nieces who are taking great care of my mom in Los Angeles right now because she's in Los Angeles. They moved to Los Angeles, you know. And so when I was going through that, I had to take a step back.
It ain't nothing wrong with that.
I had to take a step back. And in taking a step back, I took a step forward by creating a virtual platform. Come on now. And so although I could not see thousands in person, I was able to see them on virtual platforms. In other words, in the midst of my pain, God gave me more purpose. So guess what I was doing? I was still pursuing in the midst of my pain. I was still grinding in the midst of my pain. I was crying in the midst of my pain. I was going through in the midst of my pain. I was hurt in the midst of my pain. Some days I didn't want to get out of bed in the midst of my pain, but guess what? My why was bigger than the how. Let me say that again. My why was bigger than the how. Because when I was going through in the pandemic and I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I'm losing all these contracts, but guess what I learned? When you know your why, you will overcome the how. So I say to anybody going through and growing through today, do it in the midst of your pain. And guess what? Make certain that you have others in your space who will uplift you when you're down, who will support you when you're down. And I'm going to say this, if I may. All of them won't be in your family. A lot of times those family members, and I have a great family, but reality is this, there will be some family members who don't support you, but remember this, blood is thicker than water, but sometimes blood clots, but water flows. I said blood is thicker than water, but sometimes blood clots, but water flows. That simply means this, it won't always be those who are blood ties, but it might be the water that will help you flow. Somebody's not related to you, it might be a perfect stranger that God puts into your life. So don't discount anybody, but do it in the midst of your pain. Give yourself room to heal. Give yourself permission to heal. Give yourself permission to heal. Give yourself permission to heal. For once you heal, then there's going to be hope. And once there's hope, then you will go to the level that you were called to go through and go to.
What would you say, what did healing look like for you?
Woo! Seeing others grow as a result of my work, getting hundreds of DMs saying, I appreciate your message, him sending me more clients to coach, to do what I want to do, and watch this, having my peace. Having my peace. Oh man, listen, you can't do what we do without your peace.
You cannot.
And so that's what healing looked like for me. And healing also had me to turn away from this toxic masculinity of what a man is supposed to be and what a man is supposed to do and what a man is not supposed to do. Listen, we smile. I'm a man. I smile. I hurt. I'm sensitive. I'm emotional. Do you understand? That's what manhood is. I'm a human being. So if there's anybody out there, men and young men, who telling you that real men don't cry, they are trying to dehumanize you. And that means they are trying to turn a human being into an animal. What you mean, real men don't cry? No, that's the issue with our boys now. That's why so many are hurting. That's why so many of our young men are hurting, because they've been giving the wrong ideologies of what manhood looks like. You know, even there are times when I'll shake a woman's hand and she might say something like, you don't work hard, do you? I said, why? She said, because your hand's so soft and they manicured. I said, what I gotta have beat up hands? I gotta have bloody hands in order to be a real man? No. We gotta stop being our own worst enemy.
Yes.
In the black community, we have to stop this stereotyping. We have to stop being our own worst enemy. And we gotta love everybody in our community. Everybody deserves love, regardless. Everybody deserves love. So a part of my healing is unconditional love. That's a part of my healing, unconditional love. And to allow those in my life who are going to love me unconditionally. Because once again, let me say this. If you loving me means that I have to do everything you say, believe everything you say, advocate when you're wrong, if that's what real love is, then that's called bondage, and I refuse to be in bondage. I refuse to be in bondage.
One thing I've been doing lately is I'm learning at 32, we have to be more intentional about the people that come into our spaces.
Oh, yes. Man, look, you about to make me run up out of here.
Listen.
You about to make me run up out of here. I need y'all to take inventory. And a part of you taking inventory is, I dare you, and I say this to you, the coach in me is gonna empower you right now. Watch this. If you delete 10 people from your cell phone, your peace of mind will be much better. There are people in your cell phone right now, you're paying minutes for them to gossip to you, to bring you down. You call them because you feel down, and when you get off the phone with them, you feel empty. Empty. Because they're in your cell phone, but they're not bringing any value to your life. So I dare you to delete 10 people from your cell phone, and when they call you, because they're going to wonder, they're going to say, I haven't heard from you. And you got to let them know, no disrespect, no disrespect. It's not that I didn't want to get in touch with you, but I had to get in touch with me. See, it's not that I'm ignoring you, I just had to pay more attention to me. It's not that I blocked you, I just had to unblock me. Okay, so that's real talk today. That's real talk today. That's what I bring to audiences. That's what I tell my coaching clients. And let me say this, if I may. You know, a lot of times, and I know you've heard this, a lot of times people will come to me and say, hey, coach, let me pick your brain. Let me pick your brain. And I had to learn, because for years, it's like I was just giving information away. I was just giving my gift away. And I learned the more you allow people to pick your brain, the more you're going to lose your brain cells. So when people ask me, they say, how much does your coaching program cost? I say, there is no cost. And they're like, I want to sign up. I say, but there is an investment. See? There is no cost, but there is an investment, because cost implies you get no return. But when you invest, there's a return. So if you want to be coached effectively, then you come and you invest in the program, and I can help you build your impact, your influence, and your income. But let me say this, for all my brothers and sisters out there, for all my family who look like me, stop looking for the hookup and start being the hookup. We always looking for the
we always look for that.
Yeah, I need y'all to do this. Before you ask somebody for anything, act like they're going through more than what you're going through. Because you don't know if they are. You know? And we've been there before. You've lent people money and you see them at the family reunion and they dress better than you. Come on, people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So listen.
Where money at?
Listen. Well, yeah, come on. Yeah. Where's my money? Because y'all look mighty fine. The family looking good, looking better than my family. So I say this, stop getting mad at people. Let me say it this way. Poor planning on your part does not require an emergency on somebody else's. Okay, we all need help. We all need uplifting from time to time. We all fall short. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the fact that you spent your money, your rent, your mortgage, your car note at the club on one outfit, and now you fall short. And now you want to go to somebody else for them to bail you out, and you make them feel bad when they don't. That's a slave mentality, and we got to get rid of that. So, priorities first. Priorities first. It's not always what's on you, but it's what's in you.
Let them know how they can get in your coaching, because they need to be in there.
Absolutely. Well, you can reach me on all social media platforms. You know, the one that's most popular seems to be Instagram. And so I'm on Instagram at Keith L.Brown _ KEITH L.Brown _. Shoot me a DM if you're serious about coaching. If you desire to be a world-class speaker who wants to speak in schools, colleges, universities, government agencies, corporate, entertainment, family advocacy agencies, if you desire to do that and you know you need to be sharpened, shoot me a direct message and we can craft a plan for you. But don't waste my time or yours. Don't waste my time or yours. We're done with allowing people to pick our brains, because guess what? This is my expertise. This is my craft. This is what I've given blood, sweat, and tears from. So at the end of the day, if you want to pick my brain, you might get an appetizer. But if you invest, you'll get a 7-course meal. Come on now. So it's about investment.
Let them know how they can. What you got going on next?
Oh yeah. Listen. We're on our back to school tour, so we're still traveling, right? We're still doing virtual platforms. Talk is expensive. The book is doing real well. It's called Talk is Expensive, Communicating Effectively to Increase Your Impact, Your Influence, and Your Income. And so this is what we're doing around the country right now. So if you're looking for a speaker who's going to come in and motivate and empower, all right? If you're looking for an MC who's going to come and keep the crowd lit and keep them engaged, hit me up on Instagram or hit Adrian up at the IPY agency, right? It's Adrian, ADRIENNE at theipyagency.com. That's my publicist. You can hit me up on all social media platforms. Keith L.Brown 1911 on Twitter. Shout out to the brothers of Omega Psi Phi. You know I have to give the brothers a shout out. Shout out to all HBCUs. But guess what? I'm here. I'm here for you, because that's what I was called to do, to empower, not devour.